Keith Barnett finished off the non-conference season last week with 3 games, the Thin Air Challenge. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Tell me your impression of your team in those games.
Yeah, I thought we did pretty well. We played really, really well against UCSD to close it out, and trying to figure out. He finally got us, all the way. Ricky got us into where we ran out of substitutions, and that's the first time all year that's happened. So I went over and thanked him and gave him a hard time and was like, "Yeah, thanks for getting us there." Erin Sires is usually our middle in that situation, but with her being out with an ankle injury, then we had to manufacture some sort of middle presence, and there wasn't much. But it was really neat to see and watch our kids grow, and for our team to grow through that, and for us to see it live and go, oh, right, here's the fix. So I think we've got a plan in mind now for that. But for the rest, it was great to beat San Francisco and their team full of foreign talent and really good coaching and kids who hit the ball hard. It was a nice finish.
Yeah, it certainly was. I want to talk a little bit more about that against the Dons, because this was a team, as you mentioned, there's a lot of height at the net, a lot of good play, but the resiliency of your team has been great to watch this year.
Yeah, aside from the second set, 11 hitting errors, and a few more serving errors than we would like. It's good to watch our team grow. We're not going to be able to serve out that many times in Mountain West Conference, as we did at home here. So hopefully we clean that up this weekend and give ourselves a chance.
I go round and round with former Air Force coach Matt McShane about service errors. He always tells me that it's not that big a deal. There's a lot. There's a big number. Now, it was on both sides of the net, but your take on service errors, and do things need to be cleaned up?
Sure. Look, when you serve it in the net, no one has a chance to play it. At least if you're serving it over the net, someone has a chance to play it. So I would love to see that, and we went over that yesterday. And that was the joke on the national team as well, was, you'd serve the ball out of bounds and you'd turn and say, my bad. And, Hugh McCutcheon, now the head coach at Minnesota, would say, of course it's your bad. No one else touched the ball. And you're like, thanks, Hugh. So it's a similar discussion. I'm hoping to be a little nicer than Hugh.
Is that something, do you spend more time on that, or is that something that, are you just still focused on the entire game?
We can spend a little more time on it, but again, serving is the individual statistic, and we need our kids to get in the gym and hit a bunch of balls. Setting aside time in practice for kids to hit a bunch of balls that is their only skill is really hard to do, especially with the limitations of the academy and a GR heavy week this week. So it's going to be a good test for us. We got kids proctoring tests on the road, and we need to perform.
Speaking of which, GR week is always tough for academy athletes. This is tough. You're going into the Mountain West Conference. You're playing a very good Utah State team, then follow that by Boise. How do you keep your team focused on what they need to focus on in that moment?
Yeah, I think winning on the road, and particularly in the Mountain West, is very, very hard. It's not like the schools are close by. So that's the fun part is when you go beat some of the state teams and you go beat some of the bigger teams, and can we get a good performance? And do you want to win both? Sure. Can you win one? That'd be great. Can we just play at a really, really high level in order to play with these two teams that have played some non-conference teams that are really, really, really tough? Utah State beating UCLA and Cincinnati and some of the others. That's going to be a tall task for us because we haven't seen that quality yet. And then our kids asked, and I said, yeah, they're the best team we've played all year. And then Boise's no slouch; they're right behind. So, I'm excited to see what we do.
Is there different matchups that you're going to need against these teams? And I'm really happy with your team's depth this year. It seems to me you have a lot of pieces that you can move around if you have to.
Yeah, we have a lot of depth. We'd love to get Erin back, and the biggest thing that we need, and we've told our team, is if you're going to beat a good team, you need performance from 5 players, hitting wise and scoring points. And so we've gotten 4 before. Can we get to 5? Let's find out.
All right. Perfect. Keith Barnett, thanks for the time. Good luck in the Mountain West.
Thanks.